I'm right here. Come with me. Where'd you go? Haley, what? Ooh, how did no one notice?
Many people seem confused by the fact that Nadia has her aimbot set to the lower torso or the hip region. And I'm going to explain some stuff today. Why would somebody set their aimbot to lock on to the torso? Why would they set it there? Why wouldn't they set it to head or chest or anywhere else for that matter? Well, there's a very simple explanation for that, and it's something that we've explained in the past. Why would somebody set their aimbot to lock onto enemy heads in every single gunfight? If they are a live streamer, if they are streaming their gameplay on Twitch, Facebook Gaming, or back in the day Mixer or YouTube, why would they set it like that? Because people would blatantly understand they were using aimbot if they were to hit every shot on the head. That's why a lot of these streamers started to use chest shot aimbot, and that's why some of them were using a scan mode, which allowed you to aim directly at a certain location first, but allowed your aim to move freely. So this is the exact same explanation as to why Nadia would have hers set to the lower torso. Why on earth would anybody spot that? Unless you are looking for a pattern in somebody's aim, you wouldn't really notice if their initial shots all hit the lower torso area, would you? But now you're starting to notice the pattern, and I'm going to explain it in more detail today. Yes, I could sit there and say, oh look, her aim's on the torso in this situation when an enemy is directly in front of her. But what I've decided to do today is pick some of the most bizarre situations, some of the most abnormal scenarios that you could think of, and see whether or not her aim goes to the lower torso area within these. So within the clips we're going to show you today, we've got situations where she's above the enemy, we've got situations where she's doing a jump 180, we've got situations where the enemy's gliding above her, and so on. And we're going to check to see whether her aim locks onto the torso in any of these clips. The first clip we're going to show you today is one where an enemy actually runs in the building by her. I want you to watch as her aim completely tracks the lower torso area until the enemy is down.
I'm right here.
So yes, this was a very basic scenario, but take a look at how her aim just tracked that enemy nicely, all whilst her aim was on the lower torso region. Watch it again in 0.25. Now we have a more abnormal situation now where she's actually doing a jump 180, she's jumped across over to the pallets, done a 180 off the top of them, and watch where her aim goes to. In that situation, whilst she is essentially above the enemy, watch where her aim goes to.
I'm gonna grab this, but...
So in that situation, why on earth would her aim go directly to the lower torso? It wouldn't, well, it shouldn't, but it did. Now this one again seems like a very basic, simple scenario to be in. The enemy just runs through the door next to her, she shoots them and kills them. But pay attention to what she's doing during this and have a look where her aim goes to as soon as she aims down sight. She is looking off the screen, she is paying attention to something else, possibly her chat, because it sounds like she's talking to somebody else. And all the while her aim locks onto the enemy's torso.
Come with me. Where'd you go? Haley, what? Ooh.
Now there is one thing to point out in that video. You can see that she has some form of shock on her system. It's almost like she's had a realization, somebody's ran past me, oh god, but her aim locks directly onto the lower torso. Yet again. Now I decided to dig deep because I wanted to find some of the most bizarre scenarios. How about one where she's going up a redeploy balloon, gliding down on an enemy who's just landed on top of a roof, and somehow her aim seems to sit directly on the lower torso again in this situation.
Chat. How did no one notice?
Again, very bizarre, wouldn't you say? She's literally landed in from above that enemy, and instead of her aim going towards the chest area or head area, or even going down to the feet, it goes directly to the lower torso. We all know there's a small animation when you land in, and when you land and you're trying to aim at somebody, you will see your gun sort of bounce, which means your aim will bounce as well, but hers just seemed to go directly to the lower torso. Now if you thought that one was bizarre, take a look at this. Even when an enemy is within the distance, gliding in above her, she is somehow able to perfectly have her crosshair go to that lower torso region again. Take a look at this clip. It is very strange to see that within all these scenarios, within all these situations, no matter what she is doing or what the enemy is doing within these clips, her aim goes to the same location every single time. So it got me thinking at this point, she's been able to track the lower torso area from all of these different angles and positions. So if she was above an enemy, surely her aim should go to the top half of the enemy's body, right? The chest or the head. That would be the clear place to shoot at an enemy if they don't know you are above them and you are looking down on them. Because first of all, the head and the top chest and the neck, you would get a higher damage rate and you would have more chance of killing them quickly. And they have no chance of turning and shooting you back before you've killed them, because you're above them and they don't know where you are. But for some reason, when Nadia was in that situation, she again decided to track the enemy at the lower torso. Even before she'd aimed down sight, her crosshair was tracking that enemy's backside. Take a look at this clip now. And for those of you who might have missed it, what I'm going to do, I'm going to slow it down to 0.25 so you guys can get a better look at this guy's backside with Nadia's crosshair right on it. So throughout all of these clips, one thing is for sure, her crosshair placement and her aim is always on the same place. If Nadia was a good player, her crosshair placement would not be on the lower torso. Her crosshair placement would be placed nicely so that she could aim at the chest or head. And this is something any top Warzone player will tell you. You would get a better time to kill with a higher damage rate from hitting anywhere from here and above than you would hitting the lower torso. So why on earth would this best female streamer in the world be aiming at the lower torso? Unless it's to try and mask the fact that she is clearly using aimbot and she thought that she was going to get away with it by toggling it on to the lower torso region. I think right now, at this point, Nadia is bang to right, 100% using aimbot. I have never seen anybody in so many different scenarios or situations locking onto the same place on the enemies. Have you? Let me know what you think in the comments below, guys. I'm looking forward to seeing what else we find. If you did enjoy this video, smash that like button for me, and hey, why don't you go and check this video out here? I know you'll love it. Thank you.